Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 34 of the Battleship Brawl Season 5 tournament. This episode, we've got the Claymore by Geodarian going up against the Demonitizer by the Mutated Gamer. Let's go ahead and get the camera in position. No muss, no fuss. Right into the action we go. Claymore getting almost a free barrage before the Demonitizer fires. The Demonitizer has this underbelly mounted rapid fire cram gun. With looks like it's HE frag. Super cavitation base, so it'll actually land hits. Both of these ships have exactly 5,000 materials to go for them. So this is it's just a pure slugfest. Who can hurt the other ship the fastest? Ooh, looks like the Claymore, the Claymore. That gun took a pretty decent hit, but they're still functioning. All 4 barrels still going. So that's fairly impressive armoring. Oh, Demonitizer taking some good hits there. Those shells got pretty deep before they detonated. Does not look like it actually managed to damage that gun. Well, there goes one barrel. And that turret just took a shot straight to the face. It looks like both barrels survived, though. There was definitely some damage to the barrels themselves, but the guns are still functioning. And Demonitizer down to 79.5%. You can see some altitude fuses doing work there, detonating beside the Demonitizer, and still blowing off some outer blocks. Yeah, that super cavitating gun is not doing it for the Demonitizer. It's pounding away, and it's landing hits. It's not doing much in the way of actual damage, though I have to say the Claymore is awfully low in the water. See, it's actually that gun's actually doing pretty good damage to the superstructure. But the actual armor, the armor belt and hull of the Claymore doesn't seem to care. And oh, we've got an 80% in sinking Demonitizer here. It has just been chewed up too much. Can't stay afloat any longer. And that is the end of round 1. So that's a 0 for the Demonitizer, 88.5 for the Claymore. All right. Get things restarted. Camera in position, and round 2 underway. I have to say, though, that round felt pretty dominant by the Claymore. I suspect we'll have a similar result in rounds 2 and 3, but you never know. Things can go different. All the Demonitizer has to do is land a good shot on a couple of the Claymore's turrets, and the match will change dramatically. I mean, that being said, it did land a couple of shots last round, and the Claymore's turrets were able to withstand the punishment and keep firing. So but yeah, that APS gun, when it's hitting the hull itself, is a little underwhelming. So it's kind of hard to see exactly what it's doing because everything keeps getting smothered in smoke and is impossible to see. check on the Demonitizer here. Got some pretty nasty holes punched in it. Its side armor is getting blown to bits by the Claymore shells. And oh, did the APS gun take a hit or something? Oh no, it's still firing. I couldn't hear it there for a second. I guess I just got too far away. But yeah, it's still plinking away. Oh, the Claymore's rear turret seems to have been knocked offline. Oh, as well as its forward turret. So oh, and now it just got the turret just got popped off completely from the Claymore. So yeah, that's what I mean. The Demonitizer, if it can do that, it can change its fate. It just took a little bit too long to do it this time, I think. The Claymore has a pretty significant HP lead. Enough that I think a single active turret will be enough to finish the Demonitizer off before the time limit goes out. So if the Demonitizer wants to destroy its opponent here, it's going to have to knock out all of its remaining guns. And that's a little bit of a tall order when you're at 62% HP. How are you not getting an 80% in sinking right now? Like you're almost completely submerged. Just got some gun barrels and your superstructure poking up out of the water. How is that not sinking? There it is. Okay. But yeah, second verse, much like the first. Round 2 is an 81.1 and 0, which means the Demonitizer got a few more points that round because it did a little bit more damage, but compared to the score the Claymore's grabbing off it, it's not much. So yeah, here we go. Round 3 underway. This time the Claymore waited quite a bit longer to fire. And it still managed to almost completely miss. I think one shell actually impacted, and it might have gotten some explosive damage from altitude fuses detonating nearby. But it's like, why'd it wait so long to fire this time only to miss? Oh, that's actually a really nasty strike. Oh. Ah, okay. The Demonitizer has some propellers on the underside to keep it going. I was going to say, that's a lot of propellers down. That's going to really slow the Demonitizer. And slower targets are a lot easier to hit. Death in the water targets are, well, I mean, it's in the name. Yeah, that autocannon, it can rip up, it's ripping up the superstructure of the Claymore pretty well, but it otherwise seems pretty ineffective. I mean, I guess it did some good barrel damage there too. Yeah, look, you can see it hitting the armor here, and it's not really doing anything. Oh, and then that cramshell came in and finished the job. So the two frontal turrets of the Claymore are offline, leaving only the two rear. Kind of the exact opposite of how round 2 went, but this is a lot earlier, and the Claymore doesn't have as big a lead. If the Demonitizer can land some shots on these rear turrets, knock even one of them offline, it could pull out a win on this round. Well, I suppose once those outer, like, that super cav gun, uh-oh, I think it stopped firing. Oh, there's a shell. I think it might have gotten damaged somewhere in there. Some HE found it, and it's not able to do the job it was. Oh man, just look at these massive chunks ripped out of the Demonitizer. And there you can see probably a big part of the reason why the Demonitizer keeps getting 80% in sinkings. That is a massive heavy armor citadel. That is a lot of weight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Claymore is out of guns. All of its guns are either destroyed or disabled. It is no longer returning fire. It's having some buoyancy issues of its own. It is listing heavily to one side. You would think that this counterweight thing down here would want to swing the other direction and help balance that out, but it's kind of just dragging the ship underneath now. So it does look like the Demonitizer is going to pull out a win in here in round 3. Yep, there is the 80% in sinking timer. I don't think it's going to be recovering. Nope, that is it. So that is 76.8%. I don't know why I used escape there. For the Demonitizer, 0 for the Claymore. So there we have it, our scores for this round. Claymore managing to scrounge up a good chunk of points in that last match. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.